The first vaccine trials for coronavirus are underway across Europe. 2 British volunteers are injected in what has been described as a scientific landmark. President Trump offers hope to Americans as they head towards the summer by saying the latest research shows that sunlight and heat helps kill the virus. And a warning of a second wave. The World Health Organization tells the BBC countries in Southeast Asia need to get used to a new way of living. And the Royals leading applause for Britain's carers and key workers. European Union leaders have agreed to work together towards establishing a fund to help economies recover from the pandemic. The head of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, said it would mobilise a trillion euros worth of investment and would require greater contributions to the EU's budget. The WHO is warning that up to half of all Covid-19 deaths in Europe could have been among care home residents. Its regional director for Europe, Hans Kluge, said there was a deeply concerning picture emerging of the impact Covid-19 was having on those in care, labelling the fatalities an unimaginable human tragedy. The Bundesliga says it hopes to resume matches on the 9th of May, becoming the first major European football league to restart after the coronavirus outbreak stopped matches. The proposal, which would need to be okayed by the German government, would involve matches taking place behind closed doors and those taking part vigorously tested for Covid-19. Vietnam has started to ease lockdown across much of the country after reporting no new coronavirus cases for a week. With only 268 confirmed infections and no deaths, the Communist government's strategy for containing the virus among almost 100 million people has been one of the most effective anywhere in the world. Now, countries that have successfully fought off major Covid-19 epidemics are being warned to expect second and third waves of outbreaks in the coming months. The World Health Organization says people living in countries reporting very few cases now, such as China and South Korea, need to start getting used to a new way of living as they continue easing restrictions.
American lawmakers passed another relief bill worth $480 billion for small businesses and overwhelmed hospitals. Violence in Venezuela as people break the strict quarantine to protest against food and petrol shortages. And smart or stupid, why Sweden is bucking the trend for lockdowns. The total number of people known to have died from Covid-19 around the world has now reached 190,000, according to figures collated by Johns Hopkins University in the United States. And the US is the worst affected country with 50,000 confirmed deaths, around a third of those in New York State. But there are signs that the number of confirmed new cases is starting to decline in the worst affected countries. In the US, 7 European countries and Iran, the 5-day averages of new cases is falling. And the search for a vaccine is gathering pace. There are now 70 candidates for possible vaccines in development around the world, of which 5 have begun clinical trials. 2 in China, 2 in the US, and 1 here in the UK.